Hello, it's Ryan Wellman, going to do a quick recording on setting up a Salesforce flow using the Salesforce flow builder as opposed to like a workflow rule that we've used for some of our demos in the past. So pretty simple process. It's actually very similar to what was before with the workflow rules. It's just more of a graphical UI now. One difference though with using flow builder is if you're going to tie an outbound message to the flow, you do have to have the outbound message created before. Whereas within workflow rules, you could actually build the workflow rule first and then create a new outbound message as you were setting up that workflow rule. But we do have to create an outbound message first. So we'll start with that. So just in outbound messages, we'll do new outbound message. We'll just do it on the account object. Click next. Give this a name. New account flow. And I should have a Jitterbit URL in my clipboard that I'll just go ahead and paste for APIM. We'll just select some fields here. We'll get the city, state, street, zip. We'll get the name. We'll get the email, the name, phone number. That should be good for purposes of this recording. So select the fields that we would want for our outbound message for our WSDL. So you can see here now, here's our outbound message, kind of same process as before, but when we just create a new account flow. So let's come over here to flows and we're going to create a new flow. So we'll click new flow. And what we are going to do is select a record triggered flow. So you can see the description launches when a record is created, updated, or deleted. So that's kind of what we want for our demo purposes, at least. So we'll do this on the account object as well. Now we have the same kind of options that we had before: created, updated, created or updated, or deleted. We'll just leave this one as when a new account is created. Now, one thing I do like about the new flow builder is if we don't have to pass a condition requirement, we can just leave this as none. If you're familiar with workflow rules, we used to have to do something, silly, like if length of name is greater than 0 or something like that, just to kind of force an always true condition so that way it would run. But now with flow builder, we can just leave it as no condition, and we'll leave it with actions and related records. Click done, and you can see now this is kind of starting to build with our UI here. So this would be the start of the flow. That's kind of what we just did. In between start and end, I can add an element. And what I want to do is add an action. So when that flow happens, what action is it going to take? And if I scroll down just a little bit, we are going to say, invoke this outbound message. So we'll go ahead and say the new account flow outbound message that we just created. And we can say new account and go ahead and click done. And you can see now that's going to add in between the two steps. So our record triggered flow on our account that should be triggered when a new record is created will run immediately upon saving that to the database. That will then invoke the action to call the outbound message that we created before. So that way we could get the fields we wanted for our WSDL. And then the process will end. So pretty simple and straightforward. I will come over here and click save. It will ask me to save this flow. So we'll just put new account JB flow, and we can add a description if we want, but go ahead and click save. And now you can see by default, when it saves, the flow is going to be inactive. So if you're ready for this flow to be live on your Salesforce instance, you would just come over here and click activate. Get a little success message there that your flow is activated, and you should be good to go within your Jitterbit project. Thank you.